Now, Gandhi may have been all about knowing how to control your desires and staying in the good books of people. Here are three ladies here who came out today to watch the biggest Besharam of the lot. I have with me Hana, Divya, and Swati today who have been lucky enough to watch Besharam on its first day of release. So, I get it, Hana, that you really like the movie. So, tell me a little more about how you liked the movie and how much you liked it.
I actually didn't like the movie because I don't know, it didn't make any sense to me because I thought we expected more out of Ranbir Kapoor, considering his previous movies, and this was just something that didn't live up to our expectations. I felt the comedy was too forced. It wasn't something that came naturally to him. Although the characters were very cute, but they weren't something that were well defined. At least to do a comedy like this. So yeah, that's been my opinion about it. But overall, see, it's a good time pass, Paisa Vasool kind of a movie if you're just looking to kind of kill your Saturdays or weekends. So it's a good movie to watch then. But otherwise, if you take out time and come and watch such a movie, I don't think it's something you should do or you should look at doing. So yeah, that's.
What about you, Divya? Now, you are a big Ranbir fan, and I'm guessing you came in with a lot of expectations. Did the man manage to live up to it?
Ranbir didn't disappoint me. He's as cute as ever, and his acting is also pretty good. But just that it's pretty repetitive, I feel. After Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, even this looks on the same lines. But that had substance, and I feel the substance is missing in here. But it was a good one-time watch, family movie. You can chill with your friends and family. And since it's like Ranbir's family in it, it's like more to it, not just mom, dad, and son. Also, I wasn't very happy about the heroine part. So she was okay, no comments about it. But otherwise, it's a good entertainment. Like just watch it for the entertainment. Nothing to take back from the movie as such. That's it.
Okay, Swati, I gather that you hated the movie. Like, absolutely hated it. Tell me what were the reasons that you think, rather, what were the ways that they could have improved the film a little more?
Sure. First of all, I didn't hate the movie as such. It was an average movie. But it's just that, see, first of all, through the posters and the storyline, you have to keep your brain aside and come here and just let go of yourself. And you don't, I think, like, at least I didn't come with great expectations from the movie. So for me, it was okay. And there were few parts which I liked about the movie, like his parents acting, like the entire characterization and the dialogues. That was okay. But Ranbir as such could have done a better job, and especially the actress I didn't like at all. And also the storyline, if you talk about it, is too predictable. Like after a point I knew what was going to happen and I have to just bear like 1.5 hours more. So that ways, but on the whole, yeah, a nice refreshment and you can watch it one time.
All right. Okay, now I've been hearing all three of you go like the heroine isn't so great, and But tell me a little more about her character. Is there any meat to the character besides just being eye candy or arm candy for Ranbir, especially?
I think the first half of the movie, she's just been too angry the whole time. She's got an angry face, so that wasn't entertaining at all. She's a pretty face, but I think it's just her first movie, so we should give her that benefit of doubt. Okay. So yeah, maybe in another few movies she's gonna be okay, but for her first movie, she's okay. She's not anything great.
Okay, when you say she's not anything great, are you talking about her character as such, or are you talking about the way she's acted?
Both. So her character, although in the second half, it's kind of what do you say, given more importance to, but then still, I don't think she's anything great. I mean, even to like the way she portrayed that, she's been angry at least the first half of the whole movie. So that hasn't really gotten to us nicely. So yeah.
Okay, also the whole Kapoor Khandan is literally, it's almost like a vanity film for the Kapoor Khandan. So how did you find Rishi and Neetu? Are they still as magical on screen as they used to be?
Yeah, they're very cute as ever, as well as the dialogue deliverable. Actually, the timing is so perfect. Okay. And typical Punjabi feel, you get it. And they're very cute to see. And you don't get bored of it. I actually enjoyed seeing Neetu and Rishi on the screen than Ranbir and the heroine. Okay. Like, to be very honest, because they were even cuter, So that's my take on it.
Okay, in fact, when I spoke to a lot of people who finished watching the film, they all said the same thing. They said it's not a Ranbir Kapoor film, there's a Rishi Kapoor film. Exactly. What do you have to say about that?
I think like the entire characterization and it was more of nostalgia, like seeing both of them together on the screen. And it's not only both of them, like with Ranbir in the picture, so it was like a complete family package. And both of the characters, dialogue delivery, especially Neetu Kapoor when she was, whatever dialogue she was saying, and Rishi Kapoor, so it was an entire nostalgia on the screen which was created. For me, they were the real actor and actresses of the movie more than Ranbir Kapoor and the actress.
Okay, Swati. Also, this movie, when it was about to be released, the whole buzz around the film was that this is the first time Ranbir is playing a boy next door. How far do you agree with that? Have you seen boys next door who are this Besharam?
As far as the title goes, yes, he has enacted Besharam in the movie, which is quite true. So he's been through the character. But I think most of the movies he's been boy next door only. That is what he does in most of the movies. So it was just another movie. Like I think it was a little repetitive as compared to his earlier movies as well. So it was not something different.
What about the comedy quotient? Did you find it really hilarious? I mean, were there times when you just rolled your eyes and thought that this is really slapstick? Or did you really enjoy the comedy as like a normal Masi movie you would enjoy?
I would feel it's a forced comedy. It's not like I ended up laughing all by myself. It was like literally forced onto me, especially little bit of Besharam activities of Ranbir, like the sequence where he's dancing under the shower. I just feel it wasn't necessary. You don't have to force it just because the name is Besharam, you know. But whereas Neetu's and Rishi Kapoor's comedy, I enjoyed it better, technically. So that-
Clearly, you're a big Rishi and Neetu fan more than a Ranbir fan. What about you? Did you find the comedy really forced? Is there one sequence that you think the movie could have gone without that could probably, have probably done a better job at it than putting it in the movie?
Yeah, there was this one dialogue wherein, they kind of reinforce the fact that they're his parents. That obviously is done in a very, indirect way. You know, the way they put it across was a little, through comedy. But that was something they could have done without. You know, there is a dialogue where they say, "Jaise ki tum meri maa ho," or something like that. So he tells that to Neetu Kapoor. So that you could have done without that.
Okay.
So yeah, that there were some parts like those.
Okay, do you think they were intending to go a little emotional with that scene and it ended up being a comedy because he is her son, so.
Yeah, but no, I don't think that was the case. Yeah, it was meant to be comedy, but the way it was put across was just like blah. You just look at it, you're like, yeah, whatever,
Okay.
because you know the truth, you know what's there behind the scenes and stuff. So I just think we could have done without that. So.
Okay, also throughout the trailer, now I've only watched the trailer, so I can only talk about that. They keep making fun of all these films, Dabang, DDLJ. So does that come across well or does it just look crass because they're talking about real blockbusters here?
No, I think they're talking about real blockbusters, but that hasn't really come across in the movie as such.
Thing
No.
is, the transition phase was like you're not able to make it out. Even romance scene, the entire first half she's pissed off, and the second half suddenly she's like romancing with him. The transition was like too abrupt, I would say. Like you don't get the feel of it. Like you're not traveling along. It was just like forced. It's just cut and put over there types. So that's the case with even using these blockbuster movie songs or titles. It wasn't necessary. They've just put it because everyone could go back and think about it and laugh over that and not this movie. They missed that part.
And in fact, for the climax also, I thought he himself says that usually in Bollywood movies, what happens is the hero will come and then there will be a major fight, and then either the hero will die or something will happen to the villain. In most cases, villain will get defeated and the hero will win or whatever. So let's give it a new twist, and then he tries to be funny and he sells himself. So I thought if it would have actually ended there should have, it would have been a different climax. At least I would have gone out of the theater thinking, okay, something was different about this movie. But they actually messed it up when again the same thing happened and police came in, and then again everybody's killing everybody, that fight sequence, which is very, very repetitive. So if in case they would have left it at that, then I would have liked the ending at least. But yeah, that also didn't come through.
Speaking of villains, now we see Javed Jaffrey doing something completely crazy in this film, and I think he looks pretty good as a villain. So how was that? How did that come across?
In fact, I was just telling her during the climax also, the villain is personality-wise, acting-wise, the villain has acted much well than Ranbir Kapoor. the clothes he's wearing, the way he's carried himself, he's portraying a good role. He did it, yeah.
I find him hot actually. For his age and for his character, he is pretty hot, man. Why not?
What about you?
I think he's hot. Seriously, I agree with her because he's portrayed a real jat. Like how people in Delhi are. So he's just like that, and I think he's much better than Ranbir. He's more sophisticated at least. So yeah.
Well, Ranbir seems to be losing out a lot of his fans to Javed Jaffrey now. Nobody expected that really. Again, this is a Abhinav Kashyap directorial. Now we know the man for giving blockbusters like Dabang. Does this really come across in the same league? Do you think Abhinav's made a bad choice by directing a comedy?
No, but I think there's a lot of repetitive stuff in this movie as well compared to what you see in Dabang and stuff. There are elements of those also in this movie. I think he should actually, explore a different genre because that would probably lead him to something else. If it can give him a Dabang, it can give him something else too. Besharam, I think, is again on the lines of Dabang. It's like a sequel to Dabang, at least on those lines. So.
Okay, ladies, if there's one reason why a person should or should not watch this film this weekend, now considering you have a very mixed opinion, I really don't know whether I should say you like the film. If there's one reason why you should or shouldn't watch the film, what is it?
Watch it for Mr. Rishi Kapoor and Neetu Kapoor because I think they're damn cute. If you don't want to, this is one movie you can go without watching Ranbir Kapoor. I mean, it's not a big miss if you don't watch him.
Okay, Ranbir is missing out a lot of his fans. Well, first to Javed and now to Rishi and Neetu, his own parents. So what about you, Divya? One reason.
I second what Hana just mentioned. Rishi and Neetu are like absolutely cute in the screen, and it's not like I'm gonna go against Ranveer. He's just like awesome as ever. So everyone should watch at least once. It's worth watching it.
Okay.
That's
What about you, Swati? Would you recommend this?
I think the Ranbir fans should give this movie a miss so that they do not get disappointed by him and continue loving him as we do. So, yeah, but this movie should, as she also said, and she also said, should be watched only because of Rishi Kapoor and Neetu Kapoor.
Okay, now I usually don't do this. I only take the positive opinions at the end of a movie because generally people really like the movies. Considering you guys have such a mixed opinion, I want to know what is that one reason for which a person need not regret if they miss out on the movie?
I think that would be a lot of dialogues. I think the dialogue deliveries. You'll just look at it and you'll be like, okay, I know that was coming. It's very, it's very expected. So, and then there's a time when the movie slows down, in the second half. So, I don't know. You just get bored after like 5-10 minutes. You're like, okay, we know what's coming. It's like that. So you just want to get done with the movie because of that. And that reaction, I think, would come across in the second half of the movie. So because of that, I think you can still give it a miss because it's no big deal.
So, what about you? What do you think? One reason why if I don't watch it, I shouldn't feel bad about it.
I guess the overall screenplay altogether, because it doesn't engage me with the movie.
Okay.
Though it is not an emotional movie, I would expect them to engage me into the movie. That is missing. Like that's the reason. Like I'm just a little out of the movie.
Okay.
I'm not being a part of it.
All right. What about you? Why would you miss this movie if you had the chance to watch it again?
As I told you in my first comment also that I found the script a little loose. It could be well written, the dialogues would have been better, the acting would have been better, and at a point you know what's going to happen. So it becomes very, very predictable, so I don't want to actually sit and see what I already know. So yeah, you could give it a miss.
Okay, now one more. Okay, this is my last question, I swear. After watching a lot of Ranbir films, and I've watched every single one that has been there so far, you expect a lot from the music. Did the music in this film live up to your expectations? Did you actually think that yes, I'll go back and probably buy a CD or like download the music?
No, I don't think it was that good. It's just good to listen to it when you're watching. You just listen to it there, then leave it there and come back. That's it. It's not anything great.
At least is the music situational?
Okay, because it's a rom-com and it's a chick flick type. So it was there. So it was just there. I guess they missed out on the music part because if the music was good, I'm sure people would have at least had the thought. They'll be singing and it'll be ringing in your head. They would have gone back with the feel of the movie. Since anyway the movie didn't have much of screenplay as well as the music or the background score wasn't that great, you don't take anything home after watching it. That's one thing I'm little disappointed. Sorry, Ranveer.
What about you? Music. I mean, I really expected a lot more from the music, but
See, there's not even a single song which is humming in my head when I just walked out of the screen. And usually, trust me, whenever I listen to one song, I get stuck to it. And then it plays on my head like in the entire day. There's not even a single song which I'm humming or I can even remember. So I think that says it all.
Okay. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for talking to us. Well, you heard them. Going Besharam may not have been the best move for Ranbir Kapoor, but if you're a big fan, then there's no reason why you shouldn't.